squad leader David Montenegro as he pulls up at 4G and 400 miles an hour. He's now called the aircraft into short diamond formation. The jets collapse to around 6 feet apart now as they reach 6,000 feet above us. They're all upside down now, a slight twist in this loop. The team leader, Red 1 squad leader David Montenegro, is in his first year leading the team. He's a former Tornado F3 air defence pilot and Hawk flying instructor. He first joined the Red Arrows back in 2009, flying till 2011, and ended up leading the Synchro pair. He's just rejoined the team this year. Another formation change now. You see Reds 8 and 9 move to the outsides of the formation. Reds 8 and 9 move to their respective sides. Now a very wide shape being formed from Red 9's left wingtip through to Red 8's right wingtip. This formation measures 100 metres or 300 feet wide. Cameras ready now as we get some patriotic red, white and blue. Let's have a huge round of applause for Phoenix. You can hear that very metronomic cadence in Red 1's voice. Because this is such a wide formation, the outside pilots really have to anticipate their control inputs. They do that by using the cadence in Red 1's voice, so they're flying by ear as opposed to eye. That Phoenix shape moves off to our right. You'll see another formation change now. Reds 8 and 9 are going to drop back behind Reds 4 and 5. On the leader's right wing is the first of our 3 new pilots this year. He's Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Mike Bowden. Mike's a former Hawk instructor. He then flew the Harrier Jar 9 and the Tornado Jar 4 before he joined the Red Arrows. Now over to the right, we form the shape of chevron for the first of our formation barrel rolls as we fly the chevron roll. As the jets go upside down, boys and girls, this is where the pilots will see you waving. Going upside down now at 400 miles an hour, 2,500 feet above us. The closest parts of those aircraft are only 6 feet away from each other. That chevron shape Red 1 leading at the front. On the left hand side are the odd numbered pilots, and on the right hand side are the even numbered pilots. In their 3 years with the team, the pilots generally start at the front near the leader, and as their proficiency improves, they move further back. Well, on the leader's left wing now is the next of our new pilots. He's Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Emmett Cox. The team leader, Red 1 squad leader David Montenegro, is in his first year leading the team. He's a former Tornado F3 air defence pilot and Hawk flying instructor. He first joined the Red Arrows back in 2009, flying till 2011, and ended up leading the Synchro pair. He's just rejoined the team this year. Another formation change now. You see Reds 8 and 9 move to the outsides of the formation. Reds 8 and 9 move to their respective sides. Now a very wide shape being formed from Red 9's left wingtip through to Red 8's right wingtip. This formation measures 100 metres or 300 feet wide. Cameras ready now as we get some patriotic red, white and blue. Let's have a huge round of applause for Phoenix. You can hear that very metronomic cadence in Red 1's voice. Because this is such a wide formation, the outside pilots really have to anticipate their control inputs. They do that by using the cadence in Red 1's voice, so they're flying by ear as opposed to eye. That Phoenix shape moves off to our right. You'll see another formation change now. Reds 8 and 9 are going to drop back behind the Reds 4 and 5. On the leader's right wing is the first of our 3 new pilots this year. He's Carno Basic Fast Jet flying instructor. The smoke goes off to our front left as we form a new shape. This year, the Royal Air Force is celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. Now, in honour of all of those who secured our skies in the Battle of Britain, and for those who do so now, and dedicating this manoeuvre to the wonderful chap Percy, who was on the commentary earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Spitfire. 1940, it wasn't just the few or the fighter pilots who worked to secure our skies. Everybody in the Royal Air Force had their own part to play, whether they were plotters, observers, mechanics, armourers, or if they were even the Air Transport Auxiliary. Everybody had their own part to ensure that the skies were secure. Today the Royal Air Force is no different. We operate on the whole force concept, relying on regulars, reservists, civil servants and contractors throughout a variety of trades and branches to deliver the output of the Royal Air Force. That's exactly how the Red Arrows operate. Now cameras ready, here's our trademark. In from the left, this is Diamond. The lowermost aircraft as we see it now is flown by the last of our new pilots. He's Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Tom Bold. Tom started his career as an instructor on the Tucano. He then moved on to fly the Typhoon, the Eurofighter Typhoon, which is the Royal Air Force's newest multi-role combat aircraft, where his primary role is exactly what I've just been talking about, securing the skies. The Royal Air Force's Typhoon force is at readiness 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, ensuring that the skies of the UK and the Falkland Islands are secure. To fly the Whirlwind. The Whirlwind flying an aileron roll manoeuvre, essentially just a full left-hand control column input that rolls the aircraft very rapidly around its longitudinal axis. The key to the Whirlwind is getting all 9 jets doing it at exactly the same time. Looking left now, you'll see this very wide, loose diamond shape as we call it, is collapsing into a smaller shape. We actually designed the display so these shape changes form part of the routine, and you can see now pulling up at 4G and 400 miles an hour in Blackbird. Another formation change now as the jets go vertical. They're slowing down at the apex of the loop. The jets will be at around 150 miles an hour where the controls are less responsive. So not only are the boys working hard to maintain formation, they're actually changing now to form a very distinct feathered arrow shape. Well, feathered arrow is a bit of a mouthful to say on the radio, so get your cameras ready as we show you this formation, which we call Red. Well, that is the end of the first part of this Red Arrows display, ladies and gentlemen. So far you've seen all 9 aircraft together performing close. Once again pulling up at 4G in amateur Champagne. Here you go, Enid. We've had quite a frustrating British summer in terms of the weather this year, so I've actually only seen this myself around 4 times this summer. Cameras ready, on comes Jippo Smoke. This is the Champagne Split. On the far right, as we're looking at it, is Red 6. He is Flight Lieutenant Mark Lawson. He's the leader of our synchro pair. Mark's in his 3rd and final year in the Red Arrows. His background has been solely flying the Tornado before he joined the team. And on the right, he is followed by Red 8. Looking left with the smoke on is Red 7. He's chased down by Red 9. These 4 aircraft now descend just 100 feet above the beach. Their closing speed is 800 miles an hour as they get ready to fly the amazing Jippo Pass. Synchro pair now leave their smoke on, they're turning away from us, pulling 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity. Everything in their bodies now weighs 6 times more than normal. These pilots work hard to fight the G-force now as they roll out towards us to fly the Cyclone. Synchro pair are going to slingshot out to the front. Look to your right, 45 degrees, just above the Blackpool Tower in fact, as you see Enid. The wings of Enid drop down to form an inverted V shape. Look left now, a lone jet with his smoke on. Red 9's going to fly in between Enid's V as they fly the Goose. Climbing very steeply with a red, white and blue stripe is Red 9. He's Flight Lieutenant Joe Hurston. Joe's in his second year with the team. He started off his career as an instructor on the Hawk T1. He then went to fly the Tornado GR4. Then he came back to the Hawk, this time in its new guise as an advanced jet trainer. Straight ahead now for the Synchro pair. They pull up at 500 miles an hour at 5G. Red 7 there working hard. He is flying his jet only 8 feet away from Red 6, but doing that while he's upside down. Now looking back. Enid are in a shape known as Leader's Benefit. They're going to draw a red, white and blue snake-like shape of smoke in the sky as they fly the Python. See Reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 change their smoke from colour to white and actually produce the white smoke by injecting regular diesel fuel into the aircraft's engine exhaust, which burns at around 400 degrees. That makes it vaporise. To get the red and blue, we had a dye to the diesel, and each aircraft can carry 5 minutes of white smoke and 1 minute each of red and blue. That's the Python finishing front left. Look directly ahead now for Jippo. Reds 8 and 9 pitch up to roll around Reds 6 and 7. They then roll. Get your cameras ready for the Jippo break. With his blue smoke changing to white on the left-hand side is Red 7. He is Synchro number 2, Flight Lieutenant Steve Morris. Steve is in his third year with the team. His background is as a Hawk instructor, and he moved on to fly both the Harrier GR9 and the Tornado GR4 before he joined the Red Arrows. So that's Red 7, Steve on the left, Red 6, Mark on the right, descending back to 100 feet for their final manoeuvre of this display as they perform the double rolls. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the fabulous Synchro pair! And now look directly ahead. Once again, Enid are being joined by Reds 8 and 9. The smoke comes on as they get ready to fly the display's finale. They are back in a 7-ship Vixen formation. Get your cameras ready. Now looking out to the left. Out to the left, you'll Reds 8 and 9. In fact, Red 8 still joining there. He's been flying around at 600 miles an hour, having just speared the heart. Enid 8 and 9 now pull up 400 miles an hour in a 7-ship Vixen formation.
Coming right now.
Red 1's now twisting this loop towards us through 90 degrees in what's known as a quarter clover. 7,000 feet. Get your cameras ready for the good bits. This is the vertical brake. Left and right again for the synchro pair. This time Red 6 left, Red 7 right, closing at 800 miles an hour. They're going to cross 3 times in opposing 6G 360-degree turns as they fly the carousel. Remember, the pilots are working hard pulling 6G. They're going to cross 3 times, and at each of these crosses, watch how they now swap their smoke colour using the individual colour control buttons on each of the aircraft's control columns. And around the front of this 3rd cross, they switch back to white smoke. Back towards the Blackpool Tower now. Back towards the Blackpool Tower, you'll see Enid rolling out. Reds 1, 2, 3 and 5 form a box formation. The 5th jet's going to now roll around them a dozen times. Here he goes. This is the Twister.
Now, right leg.
Getting very dizzy there with the red smoke. Changing to blue is Flight Lieutenant Stu Campbell, who's a 2nd-year pilot with the team. He's a former Tucano instructor and tornado pilot. That's him getting very dizzy now. Stu would like to say hello to his friends Ronald and Kathy, who are from his hometown of Peebles. So hello to you guys. Look left now as the smoke of Jippo comes on. In the first half of the display, we saw a formation barrel roll. Now we're going to see a formation barrel roll with a very big difference. Red 6 just rolled upside down.
And roll.
Hear the pain in Red 6's voice. He's pushing minus 2.5 G. He's now the right way up. The other 3 are the wrong way up as they fly the mirror roll.
Holding the back. Yeah. And 6 rolling out.
You can hear the pain in his voice. Minus 2.5 G. It's very uncomfortable, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you from experience. Looking left now to find the 5 headlights of Enid. Inside pilots roll to the outside as they perform the rollbacks. Finish those fabulous rollbacks down to the right. Bring your eyes further right to find the 4 aircraft of Jippo. One of my favourite manoeuvres coming. You've been watching the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows! Red One puts some white smoke on so the other aircraft can see him easier, and they're going to gather all 9 jets together and recover over to Warton Airfield. They'll be there in a couple of minutes' time, where our team of engineers